Hi guys, do you see that? Those are trees. And this is an SUV. Now in case you're wondering what does trees have anything to do with an SUV, I'll come to that in a bit. But first off, let me welcome you to Cancer Muse. My name is Kenneth, and today we're going to talk about the 4th generation Kia Sportage. As the demand for SUVs continue to rise worldwide, this segment is now as competitive as a forest full of trees. And how do you stand out in such an environment? Well, you dress up nicely. And in terms of dressing up, I think you would agree that Kia has done a wonderful job at making the Sportage stand up above the crowd. I say stand up doesn't mean that it is appealing to everyone, but personally for me, I think it looks pretty well, pretty good. What I particularly like is the Peter Squire grille, the LED DRLs, the LED ice cube fog lamps, and moving at the side, I like the whole 3D nicely chiseled door handle. You could see at the top there is a nice sloping roofline, giving it a very sporty outlook. And I love the 19-inch alloy wheels here. Now moving on to the back, well, some people love it, some people don't. Personally, I think it looks alright. I don't quite like the rather smallish tail lamps. I think it makes the overall back looks slim on the top but heavy at the bottom. Kind of a bit ungangly. But I do like the rear diffuser. Right? And this is the GT line. So you could see that there's a GT badge here. Okay, so let's check out the inside now. Right, we're now inside the Kia Sportage GT line, and what I like about the interior cabin here is that compared to the previous generation, it looks a little bit more sophisticated now. Points to note is the flat bottom steering, leather wrap with a GT line there. Everything has, there are some parts which has nice black piano finish. There is a huge 4.2 inch touchscreen LCD there, and lots of buttons here. I find that some of the functions here can be found in the touchscreen, but these are shortcut keys and they're a lot more easier to use. And well, overall the cabin is very nicely built, but there are some points which I don't quite like. For instance, these are hard plastic. These are not exactly soft plastics, but they do depress if you were to press onto it. And over here, 12, there are two 12 volt sockets, the USB and auxiliary ports, gear sticks, and here you find the controls for electronic parking brake, the Dynamax all-wheel drive lock button, hill descent, auto hold, parking warnings. By the way, in terms of parking warnings, there is front and rear sensors, and you have drive mode. Now let's look at the meters here. In drive mode, you can select between auto, eco, sport, as well as normal. It changes the transmission mapping. And as I mentioned just now, I could switch on or switch off the Dynamax 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. And over here there is also the control for the downhill brake control, which I don't quite like because I find that it's intrusive and the car just jerks as it brakes downhill autonomously. It's not something you would want to do with the family in the car. Love the black piano finishing here, and overall, yeah, the buttons are good. The feedback controls for each of the buttons have a very nice feel to it, very reassuring to press. Dual zone climate control, and yeah, it's not bad. Compartment wise, we've got a rather big compartment here. It's non-padded, right? 2 cup holders and center armrest, huge. Alright, and basically that's just about it. Moving to the back, there is ample space here, good headroom, good knee room, and towards the center here there is a center aircon controls, as well as a 12 volt, another 12 volt that brings it up to 3, and a USB charging port here. Okay, behind here are also the ISO fix, and they're just inside here, so you just slot your ISO fix child seats here. Now this particular Sportage GT line is a bit unique in the sense that it's powered by the 2-liter CRDI engine. Now this engine is able to produce 185 horsepower and a whopping 400 Newton meters of torque from as low as 1750 to 2750. Now this isn't the first SUV 5-seater that's been offered with a diesel engine. That honor goes to the Mazda CX-5 diesel, but what the Sportage can claim is that it's the only 5-seater SUV that has 4-wheel drive, which means that the 400 Newton meters of torque, which is, well, 20 Newton meters lesser compared to the Mazda, is able to be channeled through all 4 wheels, and the result is impressive. On a straight, you could feel the power kicking in as 4 wheels are being all torques has been thrown to the 4 wheels, and turning the 4-wheel dynamic system on and off, there is a noticeable difference in terms of how the car is being propelled forwards. With it being off, you feel that there's a sense of it being pulled, and when it's on, the torque gets channeled back to the rear wheels, and it gets the sensation of being pushed. It's great. Okay, let's check out the boot. We've got 466 liters of space with the rear seats up. There is a parcel cell for a tonneau cover here, and what I like about tonneau covers from Kia is that if you lift this lower part up, and you remove this piece as well as this piece here, you'll notice that there is a space now over here for you to store this shelf in here, and when you cover it up, okay, you've got a very nice clear open space. Now with the rear seats down, the space increases to 1455 liters. Well, it's probably good enough for you to keep a fridge. Other key features of note is that the high-range GT diesel has an 8-speaker JBL system. It's got cruise control, dual-zone climate control as I mentioned earlier, reverse camera with dynamic parking lines, and it has a claimed fuel consumption of 6.5 liters per 100 kilometers. Alright, the price? Well, it's 159,888 on the road inclusive of insurance. Now, as is with all Kia vehicles, it comes with 5 years unlimited warranty. Alright, and there's also one more thing I'd like to show you, and it's this. I can predict the future. Ask me how. And then, in case you're wondering whether it's a time machine, no. The Kia Sportage comes with Kia Value 5, which is a program that takes in your Kia vehicle at 50% price guaranteed when you trade up to another Kia. Now, to me, that's a fantastic offer, as it gives assurances and confidence to buyers when wondering whether does Kia have any value in the future. To me, I think this is a fantastic buy. Excellent power, fantastic acceleration, good features, and in terms of outlook, it looks absolutely stunning.